everybody. It is your sisters again. This is the Sis Podcast, episode number 5. And it is time for some honest and authentic conversation with your sisters. So,
Yay.
hiya, this is Amanda and I'm Cerise, as you know. And today's episode, we're going to be talking about dreaming big. Okay, so yeah, it's going to be a meaty episode today. We spoke about finding ourselves last week. So today we're going to be talking about dreaming big. So, but before we get into it, we need to just do a check-in. So Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm good. I'm tired. I don't know. Do you ever ask a mom how they are and they don't say
And they're not
tired?
tired. Exactly. So
I
tired
don't even know. Is there any need for me to bring that up? But I am tired. But I'm good. Today is actually the Queen's funeral, so it's a Monday. It's a Monday in the daytime, as you can see from our window. This daytime. We usually record at night after the kids are asleep, but the hubbies are home.
Yes, they are.
The reason I'm telling you this is because, disclaimer, guys, we have toddlers, we have babies.
Yeah.
If you hear some background noise, the dads
Or
are
if you
dadding.
get an entrance.
Oh yeah, or entrance. The dads are dadding, like they're doing what they need to do, but unpredictableness. So bear with us in case that does happen. But I am good today. I had some friends over yesterday. We've got some friends coming over this afternoon.
Lovely.
Yeah, good.
Enjoying the festivities of what's happening today?
Not the festivities, but everyone's off work and nothing's
Yeah, that's
open.
a nice time. Yeah, we all get back.
So we're gonna get the god kids together and all that stuff. So yeah, just living life. How are you doing, Cerise?
I'm doing all right, I thought to myself when we decided we were going to record in the day, I thought, oh my goodness, like, obviously you're getting up, having to do makeup in the morning like this. Usually, like for me, I'm doing makeup to go out somewhere in the evening or whatever, unless I'm going to church. But it's kind of long in the morning. But you know what? I got up and I felt refreshed and I thought, you know what? I'm feeling okay. Maybe we should do more of these morning episodes. Obviously, when the kids, like when we have help and when the kids are not sort of around like that. But I'm feeling good.
Work when the hubbies are home, to be honest.
Oh yeah, 100%. Or mum's here or something. But I'm feeling good. I'm feeling great. Nice to have a bank holiday. Really. Half a week, not really half a week, one day less, but yeah, nice to have bank holiday.
It feels like half,
It feels like half, but we're good, guys. We want to know how you guys are as well. Obviously you can't respond to us on here, but of course when we interact with you on socials, then do tell us how you're doing.
Yes. And also, even though you can't really interact with us on the podcast platforms, in YouTube there is the comment section and we would love to get the conversation going. So please leave anything down below. Let us know how you've been finding the episode so far. Like we said, this is number 5. We've been having some good conversations, some challenging, thought-provoking kind of conversations. So please let us know what you've thought so far. And if you're on Apple Podcasts, if that's where you're listening to us, can you please rate us? If it's a 5-star review, rate and review.
Definitely. We only want 5-star.
Yeah, if you got anything less than 5-star, just DM us. Let us know what we need to sort out.
Improve. Yeah, definitely. We're all here for the improvement. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, tell us how you're doing. But we always start every episode with a win because we want to know how things are. We want to make sure that we're celebrating the things that are going well because sometimes it's so easy to concentrate.
Complain. Yeah, complain.
It is, isn't it?
Definitely.
So Cerise, do you have a win of the week? Well, even if you don't, find one.
Well, I was thinking about this last night. I was like, what would my win of the week be this week? Big or small, guys, it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. It can be something very small as well. But I think my win of the week is last week. So usually I have my mum with me. I know it's like a lot of mummy stuff, like, parenting stuff. But you know what? It's real. Like those are where the real wins are sometimes. This is us. Like if you watch the first episode, it says this is us. But the win of the week for me was we've gotten into a new routine where my mum isn't here sort of as often as she used to be because of work. So I kept the kids for 3 days last week on my own, both of them. 3 days in a row, so not even like a little break in between. So that was a win for me. I feel like that was a pivotal moment in motherhood for me because I now have an active baby. So she's 5 months old, but she's not in the sort of always sleeping stage. She's awake more during the day. She wants to interact. She notices when I'm gone in the kitchen or she notices when I've left the room. So she wants to be picked up and all of that. So I'm managing her and managing my very, very active, nearly 2-year-old little boy. So yeah, that was that was the win of the week for me, was being able to be at home and manage that, get lunch out on time, make sure that, he's eating, because obviously hers is she's breastfed at the minute, but weaning is coming because she is trying to get
Yeah.
his yogurts now, the puree stuff that she wants to be having it. So weaning is coming. I'm sure maybe by the next episode you'll hear me say, "Ah, success." You know, that might be my win next time.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my win. Being able to manage the two at home on my own. For the majority of the working week, because weekends, like we've got people around me, you know, and
Yeah.
yourself as well. But how about you? What was your win of the week?
I just want to say about your win though, like it is intense, and I
Yes.
know there'll be people listening. There's so many parents out there that have to do it by themselves. They don't have family around, and so we know that we're privileged from that point of view. But
Very,
me and you,
very.
we both have like quite good support systems. We've got our parents that are close by that come and help. But
Yeah,
you're right, as the girls are getting older, that support is still there, but it's becoming more like,
it's changing. Yeah.
it's changing.
Hmm.
So like obviously when the girls were just born, and my mum was here a lot, my dad was here a lot, but it's also changing for us too as well.
Yeah.
And managing two kids by yourself a lot of the time isn't easy.
No, it's not
But
easy.
so well done you.
Thank
I've been having
you.
like more solo nights as well. Like hubby's been away overnight or something like that, and having to do bedtime by myself.
Oh yeah,
I know
bedtime
there's
is
people.
long. Oh my
Yeah, I
gosh,
know
wow.
there's people that do this, like, but I'm used to like having my husband there at bedtime, so we like tackle it together. Or I'm
Yeah.
used to like have my mom pop. I'm used to probably having like one day a week where it's just me and the kids, like on a Friday. But like
Yeah.
my mom comes round or Isabella's at nursery. But actually, more and more, it's getting like sometimes 3 to 5 days a week where it's just me and the kids,
Yeah.
and
But you
it's
know what?
intense. So
Like,
well done, Cerise.
yeah, I mean, just to say on that as well quickly, like sometimes as moms we feel like we have to explain ourselves and why we feel, because everybody's family setting is different. So like you
Hmm.
said, you said, you know, that other mums do this on a regular where they do bedtime on their own and the kids that have kids are
Hmm.
small as well. We don't have to explain ourselves. Like
It's true.
we shouldn't feel we have to, because any change is a change. Like
Yeah,
any
yeah.
change from what we used to have to what we now have or what we're having
Hmm.
is going to be a challenge. Like change for everybody is a challenge, no matter how it looks. So yeah, just wanted to throw
Yeah,
that in there, guys, because
that's true.
sometimes we feel like we have to explain ourselves and why we feel weird about something that is the norm
Hmm.
for something else, not for something else, for someone else.
Yeah, yeah,
But everyone's different, guys, and we all
yeah.
react to things differently, and we need to embrace those differences.
You are absolutely right.
Yes, yes.
But let me think. My win of the week, I am gonna go with I feel like we've been doing a few of these. I guess it's because we're in the postpartum period and
Oh
like
yeah.
trying to get healthy and stuff back. But my one of the week is another health related one. I've eaten
Yeah.
really well the last week or two. I've
Well
been like meal
done.
prepping, and I'm a meat eater, guys, but I like to call myself a flexitarian because I like to try it and be predominantly plant based. Um, as you guys know, if you don't know, you can listen to our first episode. I'm a doctor, and so I really am quite focused on like healthy living. And I know there's so much evidence out there about plant-based diets being more healthy. And but I also enjoy meat, and that's what is nice about like the flexitarian
You
diet.
can have
So
best of both worlds.
yeah, so what I've been doing is that I will make predominantly vegetarian meals, a lot of vegan meals actually, and then I'll grill some chicken for the week. And if I feel like putting some chicken in there, I can. If my husband feels like some, he can add it in, or he wants some fish or whatever. But I've been eating really healthily. My Achilles heel is biscuits. I'm not gonna lie.
Listen, listen, it's the same here. Like digestive, chocolate digestive. Hands up,
I've
raise your hands if you are chocolate digestive fan, guys, because you don't
Listen, that's
understand.
us. Chocolate
Milk, yeah,
digestive,
100%.
chocolate hobnobs.
Oh
Oh my
yeah,
goodness.
agreed.
And recently, custard
Don't tell me.
creams. Why have I bought custard creams? I don't know what's happening.
Yeah,
But
I had some last week too. Oh, my gosh,
oh,
wow.
the custard cream is my Achilles heel right now. But despite the biscuit gate, I've actually been eating quite healthily. Been having some really nice, wholesome, plant-based meals, and I feel like I've been winning at it.
Yeah. Well, actually, I have not bought snacks for the past couple of weeks, although I do love snacks. Why? Because I'm going on holiday and I can't be looking
Yeah.
clapped going on holiday. So I need to make sure that the weight is falling off nicely, just a little bit, you know. I know I'm postpartum and everything, and I'm giving myself grace, as Amanda would always tell me to give myself grace, but
Mm-hmm.
I am going on holiday. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going because you'll see when from our stories where I'm going to be.
Yeah.
But yeah, I want to make sure that I help myself, you know, in my weight loss
And the
journey.
thing is, you want to feel good in it. Like,
Yeah,
whether
feel
or
good in your
not,
clothes.
exactly, like, even if you're at a higher weight than you were before or whatever it is, it doesn't matter. As long as you feel good. And sometimes feeling good means before you go away, so we're just preparing yourself,
Eating
making sure, like,
better.
do you know what I mean? Just so that you feel good, not just like physically, but also, where your mind's at, your self esteem, everything. If you can do anything so you can enjoy your holiday more,
Oh, 100%. And
But
like food, I'm not even the doctor here, but food turns into blood. And at the end of the day, if that's going to fuel your mind, you want to make sure you have healthy mind before you go. So whatever size you're at, girl or guy, it doesn't really matter. Just make sure you got a healthy mind going on there. And that is all
yeah,
about what you fuel your body with. So
hmm,
health tip of the week. Um,
girl.
but random question.
Yeah, we're about to
That
get
time.
into the meaty bit of the episode, but
Hmm.
the random question. So today's episode is about dreaming big. Cerise already said. And so my random question, I've gone on the theme of dreams.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so it's a two-part question. First of all, Cerise, do you remember any of your dreams? Not
Yeah.
like it's different to the dreams that we're going to be talking about today. But
Oh,
I
yeah, yeah,
mean,
yeah. Sleep
when you were
dreams.
asleep, yeah, sleep dreams. Do you
Okay.
remember any of your dreams? Do you remember dreams?
Yeah, I do remember dreams. Sometimes,
Yeah.
like if I was to give a percentage, maybe I would say, I don't know, 40% of the time I'll remember what I dreamt. And then I'll
Hmm.
recount them to down in the morning. Just funny, can I just say, Bance, you know what's funny? Most of the time I remember the dreams that involve him, that I'm annoyed at him.
Hmm.
Oh, I don't even know why.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Do you ever
But
wake up like angry?
angry, yes.
And your husband's like, what have I done? And
Yeah,
you're like, in my dream,
you did
you.
this. No, yeah, I agree. Like that is me a lot of the time. Those are the dreams I remember because I wake up vexed, sorely
Yeah,
vexed,
yeah, yeah.
because I'm just like, oh, for goodness sake, you did this or you did that, and then he's just like, oh, here we go, and you carry
Listen.
that anger for like half an hour, or you wake up and I'm like, I'm not talking to you.
Listen, this is why I'm the drama sometimes, isn't it? Because like, why am I mad at you for my dream?
Yeah, and it's just like you're right there. You're actually, it's not real, but you're there.
But listen, the
But
feelings are the same.
yeah,
Okay, then. So the part two, I also remember some of my dreams, not all of them.
uh-huh.
But do you have like a recurring dream or a prominent dream or anything from like now or in the past that you remember and you can share with us?
Oh my days, I don't know. I don't even know why I started with that. In my days, like I had something to say.
Because you were
I
thinking.
don't, yeah, I don't know if I remember prominent dreams that I'm gonna share or something that I've had a dream about and it's even come to fruition. Like, maybe I don't remember many of my dreams then, but I do know for a fact that I have had
Hmm.
dreams and things have come like that has happened.
Hmm.
Don't know what they are though. Honestly, I'm really trying to wrap my brains. Maybe you can tell us some or something,
Yeah,
just
I'll
what
say
I'm
something.
thinking.
It might trigger
You
something
trigger
for you.
something exactly.
But if it doesn't, that's all right. Not everybody remembers their dreams in detail to be able to share them. But actually, something that came to fruition was that I dreamt I was pregnant, and the next morning I woke up like at 4 in the morning, and I couldn't get out of my head that I was pregnant, and so I took a pregnancy test, and I was pregnant with Athena. So yeah,
Wow,
yeah, like
wow. That didn't happen to me.
it was mad. Like I had it in my mind, like I am pregnant. I woke up and I was like, I know I'm pregnant. I've had a dream. I know I'm pregnant.
But
But anyway,
question
yeah.
before, did you feel pregnant before you had that dream? So when you went to bed in the night during that day, did you feel weird or sickness or kind of just out of the ordinary?
So the night before I was feeling sick, like
Okay.
nauseous.
So that's maybe what triggered your dream
But
then.
it wasn't anything to do with pregnancy. So I found out I was pregnant before I
Oh.
missed my period, and I get travel sick. So we were away on holiday in Wales,
Oh.
and we'd done a lot of driving that day. We just done too much, and so I was feeling travel sick. Um, I don't know if that triggers something, but I always feel travel sick. Like me feeling nauseous is nothing new, and I don't usually get symptoms like pregnancy symptoms till like week 6, 7. And so I
Okay.
felt sick that day, and then the rest of the time I didn't feel sick. So it wasn't related to the pregnancy, but it might have
Right.
triggered something. I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Um,
can I just say,
mhm.
obviously you're the doctor, I'm the psychologist. I have nothing significant to say about that.
Thank you for sharing.
I'm just like, I'm just like, I'm sure I'm going to say something, but no, but seriously, like the reason why I asked you that is because
Hmm.
sometimes what happens in the day, obviously, as you know, you're a doctor,
Yeah,
you would have
yeah,
studied all of that. Like it will influence what you're dreaming
yeah. Hmm.
about.
Yeah.
I often find on the previous point, oh my gosh, we're going to get into the meat episode, guys, but this is kind of meaty too. When I am upset with Daryl in the day about something and I go to sleep kind of
Hmm.
annoyed. That's when the annoyed dreams come up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's when in my dreams he does all the madness, and then I get really upset with him the next morning because
yeah. Hmm.
whatever's happened during the course of that day, if you've had an argument or a disagreement, like my dreams will sort of follow on from
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
That's why the Bible says you should not go to bed on your anger
Yeah,
because
there's
you never know.
definitely.
Like it's always going to play up in your dreams, guys. So again, another help tip, like
Hmm.
if you want to have good dreams, sweet dreams, make peace with yourself
Hmm.
and
And with those around
partner.
you.
Yeah, those around you, your partner, your kids, before you go to bed, so you don't wake up
Hmm.
vexed the next morning.
Yeah.
Um, Anyway, let's get into the episode because
Yeah.
we can stick on this all day.
Yeah, but share, guys. We're going to post a little thing on our stories on Instagram, and you can tell us, do you remember your dreams, and do you have an interesting one that you've had that you can share with us?
Yeah, we'd
But
like
yeah,
to know.
Cerise, let us know. What's today's episode all about?
So today's episode is all about dreaming big. And I think as humans, we all have dreams, aspirations, goals. But sometimes these can change. And last week, like I said, we discussed finding ourselves and what all of the, nuances and what all of that can entail. And the conclusion that we came to really is that we're still finding ourselves, right? And it's an
Never
ongoing journey.
stops.
It's something, yeah, we never stops. And it's never a place that you say, oh, I've arrived at my destination. Like I have found myself. I know who I am fully. I mean, at the core of it, our morals, yes, we may know who we are like that, but circumstances, people, relationships can change how we view ourselves and who we are. So, yeah, so with that in mind, our dreams can also change. But yeah, that's what today's episode is all about. And also sort of addendum, like a little bit on how willing are we to make it happen? How far are we willing to go to make those dreams come to fruition and make it happen, really, especially as young Black women, because that's what we are, guys. And we want to, just in case you didn't know, we want to make sure that we empower you guys. Our listeners want to empower you to chase your dreams.
Yeah.
But we're not going to go to the conclusion yet. We're going to have a bit of a discussion first. So are you a dreamer, Amanda?
1,100,000,000%. I am most definitely a dreamer. I get asked quite often, like, how do I make plans? Or because I'm a planner, I'm a goal setter, I'm always got another project on the go. How do you, like, people ask me, how do I juggle everything? How do I make sure that I'm enjoying life? How do I balance things and all this stuff? How do I make goals and get to the next things? Like, I feel like I'm quite proud that I have achieved quite a lot in like my 30 years of life. And how do I do that? And I always say to people, it's because you've got to have a dream. If you don't have anything that you're aspiring to, or you don't have like a big vision, you won't get places. If you don't like try to I don't know, if you're not going to try and run a race in, say, 100 meters, I don't know what the normal speed of 100 meters is, but like, say you want to get there in 10 seconds, maybe that's really fast. If you don't aim to get there in 10 seconds, you'll never get there in 20 seconds. Like,
I know what you mean.
If that makes, if I don't
You
know
always
if that
have
makes
to be
sense,
almost
like,
ahead of yourself.
yeah, you've got to dream bigger than what you think is possible, because then you might not even make it to what you think is possible. I think a lot of the time, being in the profession that I am, we often are seen as like being very realistic, being very cynical, and wanting lots of evidence for things, very logical. But sometimes those things can like hinder you if something doesn't seem realistic enough. And so I've really tried to train myself to dream bigger than what seems to be realistic, so that I can like get past that. And something I always say to people when I say about goal setting or how to make a life that is like your dream life, is I'm like, when it comes to it, the dream needs to be more than a dream. It needs to be a vision, and you need to have like this vision that's so clear that when you tell somebody what your vision is of the future, you can tell it them like it's already happened. Like, you need to create this picture of what you're trying to do. And it doesn't matter if that vision changes. I think we're going to come on to that. Like, it doesn't matter if your vision changes, if your dream changes, and like what you thought was going to happen has changed. But something that I find really helpful is to like sit there and think about, okay, in 5 years time,
this is where I want to be.
Think of a day. What do I want this day to be like? And maybe it's like I'm celebrating an event and like I'm having a barbecue at my house. I'm thinking who's going to be there, and to be able to just talk about something in so much detail that it's like it's already happened. That's the kind of dreams and visions you need to have so you can move forward with things and let them be big and audacious. Like,
yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Okay,
so yes,
guys,
I do dream.
and
do you dream?
That's the end.
No.
Of today's episode. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna go in 100% with this. No, I'm just joking.
But listen, I think it's important, and the thing is, we haven't discussed this. Cerise came up with this topic last night, and she sent me the stuff like this morning, and I was like, yes, Cerise, like, yes, dream big. It's so important, isn't it?
It is important. I mean, yeah, you're not the only one, as John Lennon says. But yeah, definitely, I am a dreamer as well. I have big dreams. I think we'll tell you a bit about our dreams because, you want to get to know us too in a second. But I'm definitely a big dreamer. And like yourself, I pay attention to the detail, and I want to know this is where I'm going to be at X time, and I want it to look like this. I want the house to be like this, or I want to be having this house. I want to make sure this is my career. This is how the money is flowing, whether or not it's going to be flowing. I want to make sure my kids are, this way in terms of their hobbies and how I'm going to, educate them, how all of that. I want to make sure that I'm looking this way or I'm feeling this way, which is actually more important than how you look. I'm healthy and all of that. Like, yeah, I definitely have a lot of detail in my dreams, and I definitely am a dreamer. I'm trying not to say the dreams because I want us to sort of go into that in the rest of the episode. But I think it's important also to know why are we so extra. I think I alluded to the point. I'm not gonna lie, I am extra. I'm 100% extra. And I think as young Black women, we are so suppressed a lot of the time. We, as women, let's just be real, we are suppressed by society. We have, guys, we're not gonna even front here, we're not trying to be boasty, but we are gonna boast. Like, we have very enabling husbands. Very, very enabling husbands. We are blessed that way because, all that we're doing now, like, obviously, like we said, they're dadding right now with the children. My husband is a techie person. Raf is also techie and into editing and all of that. So we have great support systems in our partners in this. So they enable our dreams, which is actually a really important point. But aside from that, we don't really feel suppressed that way in our homes. But I know a lot of women do, and society in general does suppress us as women, especially young British Black women. In terms of the pecking order in society, we're like down here,
the bottom, and the absolute.
We are the absolute bottom
in the world.
You can't even see my hand. That's how bottom we are, which is annoying. Which is why it's important to keep dreaming and keep the dreams alive and try and bring the vision to pass. Like the Bible says, without the vision, the people perish. So we need to have that vision. But yeah, I do dream, and the reason, like I said, the reason why we're extra is because we are so low in the pecking order societally. We need to make sure we bring ourselves up, and we all have that inner fire as women, and we need to bring that fire, show that fire to the world and bring those dreams to pass. Because guess what, the world would be better for it. What would the world be without women?
Yeah.
So the world is better off for having us there, and we need to bring those dreams out and make society a better place. But yeah, what's your dream? Like, if we can make it succinct.
Yeah.
I don't know, what would you say your dream is? Like, let me give you a timeline. In 5 years time, it's the easy one. In 5 years time, where do you want to be?
See, this is the thing. So I think I mentioned it last episode. I used to be the person that had a really, really clear 5-year plan. And like, it would be like, I'm going to do this exam then, I'm going to get pregnant then, I'm going to buy this house then. And they were very specific like that. Whereas now, I still have somewhat of a 5-year plan, but I have more of a feeling, and I can describe to you like how I want things to be set up, but I can't quite describe to you exactly all the moving parts.
The great
of it.
Detail, right?
Yeah. And so like when I think about 5 years time, my dream, my vision is that I'm still unsure about how many kids I'm going to have. I'm thinking it might be 3. I think I might go again. I don't know, guys.
To be honest, I don't know about that. I mean, I can't relate right now.
I can't say. I don't know if I'm going to have 3 kids, but possibly.
Yeah. Same here, possibly.
Yeah, possibly expand my family, and I'm a big believer in small age gaps, so it's going to be in the next 5 years. Like, I need to do it in the next 5 years. If I'm
I agree with that too.
So maybe another child, but whichever way it is, I want to be in the position where my home, my family are really big priorities for me. I want to be the mom that's dropping them to school and picking them up the majority of the time. I want to be able to make it to sports day. And you heard me say school. Yeah, parents' evening. You heard me say school. Like, I know there's a big thing about homeschooling, and I've really grappled with it. But at the moment, I think I want to try school, because I think being with my children, every single day and being their primary educator might make me a worse mom.
Honesty here, guys. You get the honest conversation here.
Yeah, but I have a 2-year-old right now. Like when she's 5, she may be a different energy. So we'll see. But maybe. Yeah, so I see that. I really want to be involved there. I'm into like all of the extracurricular. Like I want
activity
myself.
Mum. She's activity mum, guys.
I am activity mum. I want them to like have an instrument and have a sport.
Oh yeah, same.
Do all of that stuff. But then also for myself, I really want to like. I'm at the beginning stages of building what I see as something that will give me financial freedom, give me some kind of career purpose as well, and also open up a way for me to be at home more. And so like this whole online world, like the podcast, the YouTube channel, the other educational things that I'm doing, I would love to expand on that. Yeah, I'd love to expand on the way that I doctor. I'd like to have my own clinic, see dreaming big in the next 5 years. I'd love to have my own clinic where I see my own patients and I'm doing things the way I'm serving my patients better, like the way that I want to serve them. I want to
without
change
all
that.
without all the obvious red tape. You do it how you want to do it, right?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, and without all the time constraints and just all that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think. Yeah, those are there, and I really want to. I want to be like fit. I want to be that person that's like.
She wants to be fit, guys.
Listen, my sister-in-law, she has 4 kids. She lives in Canada, and she does like these workouts like early in the morning. She goes to a farm and they do like farm workouts, and she's so fit and she's just running and these races. And I'm just like, I want to be that woman who's just like, yeah, I'm just like, I'm fit. Like, this is me. I do martial arts. I'm a black belt. I want to have something crazy like that.
Yeah, I think
like
I think that's cool actually. I mean, I haven't done martial arts before or anything like that, but I'd like to maybe take up some sort of boxercise or something like that.
Yeah, I want to find something like when I first had Isabella, 2 of my friends, they started doing pole fitness, and I went to one of the classes. I had a C-section, so like it took me a while to get to be able to start. And just when I was ready to start, we went into the pandemic and lockdown. And so maybe I'll be a pole fitness person or a CrossFit person or a runner. I don't know what it is, but
I want to be that person, guys. She wants to be that person. Did I say succinct? I don't know. But anyway.
Sorry. There you go. Those are my dreams. I don't know. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, I'm dreaming big.
She got gassed about this episode, guys. She could have got very gassed.
I got gassed about it because I am dreaming big, and I'm at a pivotal moment now where I'm trying to there's moving pieces, and I'm trying to build something. Like, I want to be an author. Like, why not? I want to write a book that helps people.
Be all the things.
Do you know what I mean? I'm dreaming big. Who knows where I end up? Maybe I'll try to be an author and I'll just end up writing a blurb or something. I don't know. But
but you know what? I rate you for that because I'm in a similar place in my life right now, and that's why I think this episode is so juicy for us, because we're just both of us are still in our mat leave state, in our mat leave, and we've discussed this offline, as friends, talking about the fact that our lives right now are kind of like blank pages. In the sense that we don't really know what's next. We had dreams and we still have those dreams, but actually what's actually going to happen next, we don't know. And we are kind of open, we're positively expectant. Obviously,
yes, that's a beautiful phrase.
But
positively expectant.
But yeah, we are positively not expecting.
No.
We are positively expectant of what's going to happen in our future, guys. And it's in the near future. It's not even like it's in 10 years' time. Like, what's next is, we don't know. And that's exciting. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, we kind of know, but we kind of don't know at the same time.
It's the details that we don't know. Like, the dreams are there. The vision for, the life is there. But the details... Yeah, it's going to be exciting to see how God fills those details in.
Yeah, exactly. Like, we are the blank pages right now. But for me and my dream, it's much similar to yours. Like, I want to make sure that I'm fit. That's a big part of it. I want to be fit. I want to make sure also that my children have activities. Like, growing up, I learned to play the piano. I think it's almost like a rite of passage for most kids. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to play it now. And ask me how to. Mary had a little line is the extent of it, but
Cerise, that's a grade 5.
I'm learning this about Amanda right now,
and I can't play anything right now.
Okay, so this is going to be my. When we get to episode whatever, we're gonna go back and say, remember at episode 5, you said you're a grade 5. Amanda, I'm giving you a challenge. This is our first challenge.
I can't play.
No. I want you to learn how to play. I want you to get back into it, because grade 5 is no mean feat,
Yeah, I got to grade 5 and I don't know how to play anything now. I quit when I was 13.
It just takes exercise. It takes mental exercise. Yeah, it does.
My best friend, when I was 18, she brought me a guitar. She got all my friends to get together and buy me this amazing guitar. I can't play it.
I got guitar too. I can't play it. Oh my days, what's going on here? No, but seriously, please, I want you to get back into the piano, because a grade 5 is no tiny little deal. So maybe, over the next year, if you've got a little keyboard in the house, ponky tonk, maybe have a little go. But yeah,
okay. Sorry, interrupted you. Carry on.
No, but yeah. So I want to have a hobby like that. Obviously, I'm a big talker. I see myself as doing some level of public speaking and educating. I wouldn't say I want to be a teacher, but I perhaps want to educate on my career, if you understand what I mean. So perhaps a lecturer or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's what I want to be, but I see myself doing that at some point in my life in the next 5 years or so. I want my kids. On the other hand, I am into homeschooling. And I'd like to be able to work part-time at least, or on my own terms like yourself, just so I can educate my children at home, and my mum will help with that. I'm sure when she watches this episode, she can be like, yeah, I'm going to be teaching them. But yeah, I want to be able to be there for my kids as well. Just like yourself, sports days, parents' evenings, spring concerts, summer concerts, Christmas plays, all of that. I want to be there for my children, and maybe another child. Who knows? This is being recorded, so I'm sure my mum was going to hold me to this, and some of my friends. But those are my dreams. I'm into psychology. I'm into counselling. I'm into therapy. I am probably going to go back and study again. I do want to get a doctorate. That is something that's on my list, and I don't think that's ever going to disappear until I accomplish it. I'm a very determined person, by the way, guys. I will do it. If I say I want to do something, I'm going to do it. Doesn't matter how long it takes, it's going to get done. So accountability here as well. But yeah, definitely want to do a PhD. I need to slow down. And I definitely want to, if it's not a research PhD, which is a traditional PhD, I want to actually qualify as something and be a doctor of something, like a therapist or a psychologist or something like that. So yeah, that's my dream. Those are my dreams. Financially more comfortable, financially free as well. Have something on the side that's making money, so I can pour into my children financially, and also pour into my debts.
Yes, and that's the thing. That's the thing. The finances. I think, like, with my vision, there's things like all these activities I want my kids to do, all these house renovations that I want to do,
cost money,
all these holidays that I want to go on to, and all this debt-free life that I want. I would love to be debt-free as well.
It's the perfect life, guys. It's the perfect life.
All of that means, you know, the finances need to
be in check, in line. Yeah, they need to come correct, these finances. But yeah, just moving on. Like, the question I had here, and I think is a good question: are our dreams future-proof? Because you know what, life happens. Let's be real. Things can take over. Life sometimes can throw us curveballs that we weren't prepared for, and I'm sure we've had a few already in our lives, and we've had to sort of pivot or just readjust. Are our dreams future-proof? I would happily say mine are future-proof, because the level of determination that I have, at least at this point, whatever circumstances come my way, you're gonna have to get back on track and try and move on and still accomplish what I want to accomplish. Would you say your dreams are future proof?
I'd say my dreams now are future proof, because my dreams now are more about less about the details and more about the underlying feelings that I have. So like it's more about the priorities that I have, the energy that I want to give my family, the vibes that I want in my home, my life, everything like that. It's more that. And I feel like that can go into any situation, whether I have 4 children or 2 children, or
10,
whether I move house, whether I move to a different country, like whatever it is, those dreams can still happen, because they're very much about the feeling behind
overall.
It. The overall. It's much more a bird's eye view. Whereas my dreams before, they weren't future proof, and I had to rip them up and be like, okay.
Do you know what? I've learned something today, guys. It's not just you that's learning things here today. I have learned to keep my dreams give room for spontaneity, basically, and life, because life happens, and when it hits the fan, you have to readjust. Sometimes. So yeah, I agree with you. The overall feeling, I think that's important. How you want to feel.
Yeah, you don't, because that's the thing. So like, I may have these desires to be fit and to be healthy and to, like, you know, really try and like push my body and challenge my body. But if I put as a goal on there that I want to be this dress size, or I want to be you know, this weight,
I know where you're going with this,
or I want to, you know, do something like that, then I'm going to start to affect my self-esteem if I don't reach that.
Yeah, and set yourself up for disappointment sometimes.
Yeah, and it's not about saying that I can't reach that certain weight, but what if like life changes and that's not as much as a priority? What happens if I get an illness where I'm on steroids and I can't lose weight like that, but I can still be fit and healthy? Do you know what I mean? I can still
healthy mind,
reach those other goals. And so it's about dreaming big, but also like not having expectations that may do destroy your mental health, destroy your self-esteem if you don't reach them. It's about having that fluidity, but also like having those audacious desires and goals and wants.
Did you see the shoulder action there?
Audacious.
The audacious.
If you didn't see the
Wow.
shoulder action because you're watching, because you're listening, watch some
Yeah.
YouTube.
You need to watch it on YouTube, then you'll see all the things, you know. Wow, look at that collarbone. The exercise is working.
Oh,
anyways.
hello, Cerise.
I know. Right?
But yeah, so it's about having grace, but it's also about that dream big. And what you said before about Black women, and women in general as well, for so long, we live in this patriarchal society, don't we? So for so long, what our dreams should be have been dictated to us. Before we were just talking about finances. Before you couldn't even have your own bank account. You'd have to ask your husband for permission for things.
I don't think I could live in that time. Can I just say?
Do you know what I mean? Like, but we're not in that time now. We're in a time where, yes, we are still part of this society, but we have the opportunity, we have the resources to be able to dream for bigger things.
Yeah.
And not have to be stopped like that. Like when I look at my grandparents, they had dreams. And if you ask my grandma, my grandma, she came to England, she wanted to be a nurse, like a full registered nurse. And she wasn't able to do that because when she came here, there were lots of different restrictions.
Yeah.
And there was also the issue of, then she had her children. And even though she didn't become a full nurse, she became an auxiliary nurse, which is like a healthcare assistant. And so the fact that the generations before us, grandparents, parents, like their dreams sometimes couldn't be completely fulfilled because it was a society where Black people, you know, you want to go to university and study more, but
that's not possible.
We're not doing that here. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like when people came over from Jamaica, I remember my uncle came over and he was put in the wrong year at school and it completely messed up because they didn't even want to pay attention to his actual date of birth, and so put him in the wrong year, messed up all the opportunities and stuff. And even though they're still achieving things now, the fact that they went through all of that and we're in a place now where we have so much of that red tape, there's still a lot of things there, but it's gone.
But they're kind of moving. Yeah, they're kind of moving. And you know what? Can I just say, guys, that both of us, both Amanda and myself, we come from a line of very strong Black women, determined Black women, and we throw ourselves into things wholeheartedly. Even this podcast, guys, like we'll drag ourselves tired. This is why it's so interesting that we're doing it in the daytime today. This is a small thing, but we'll drag ourselves to do these things because we are determined. We want to do this. We want to fulfill our dreams this way. Like, we have had conversations about how big this podcast can get. Guys, buy into the dream with us. But we come from a line of strong Black women, and because that is the case, we are not going to let that. We're not going to let that side down. We're going to fulfill the dreams that perhaps our grandparents and our foreparents could not, because of the environments that they were in at the time. We are going to go all the way, guys. Remember, we said it here. You heard it here first. We are going to go all the way with our dreams and our aspirations and our goals. And wow, I'm feeling so empowered right now. I'm empowering myself on this episode.
Yes.
We want you to feel empowered as well,
exactly.
you know?
Exactly, you can do it and the thing is, sometimes you have people in your life, it's about who you share your dreams with as well.
Yeah.
So we had an episode about friendship and, you know, actually putting people into the right categories of friendship as well. And so like, it's important to have friendship. It's important to have people that you can be intimate with, that you can be vulnerable with, but it's also important to know where they sit in your life. So whether they're in that inner circle, whether they're more acquaintances or, you know, just people that you know, because when you share your dreams, especially ones that are like really personal to you, really vulnerable to you, if you share it with the wrong person, that isn't going to lift you up.
Yeah, they might give you, you know, I've heard of people, and I've even interacted with people that kind of intelligently dampen your dreams. So they will almost in a little way gaslight you in a sense, and intelligently make you feel like you're not worth your dreams, or maybe that's not such a good idea, have you thought this through kind of attitude. Respectfully, you don't need those people.
No, exactly. Or you don't need those people in that
so close to you,
in that privileged position for you. I always say I'm the hype woman.
She told me this, guys.
I am the hype woman. If you've got a dream, and people always say this, my friends say to me, if you want something to happen, go to Amanda. If you want to be hyped up, go to Amanda, because I am a hype woman. Like, if you've got a dream, I'm going to be there for it.
I agree with that.
Yeah, and I hope that my husband doesn't mind me saying this if you do Raf Soz. But like, for example, I remember before I met Raf, he shared with somebody that when he has kids, he wants to be in the position where he can save like £50 a month for them. And somebody like laughed at him and said, "You think you're going to be in that position?" And now,
Bro, they're now
but the thing
gone.
is, you don't need those people in your life, because
Yeah.
now he's in the position where he shared that with somebody, with me, the person that he's having that life with, doing that life with. And now we save more than £50 a month for our kid, because
It's important.
it's important to
You
have
need
the
to
right
accomplish
people
that.
in your corner, and people that are going to limit you on past experiences or their own restrictions. You don't need to always share everything with them. Put them into
No.
the right category, and make sure you've got some hype people that are going to hear your dreams and be like, yes, you can do it.
Yeah, go for it. It's funny because it's Amanda's right about being a hype woman. Like in the smallest of things, last week, like I said, I'm going on holiday. And actually, she's going on holiday to the same
I
place.
know.
A few weeks later, so I'll let them know that you're coming. Yeah, let them know you're coming.
Yeah, thank you.
But we're in the process of doing like holiday shopping right now, like sending pictures of what we're buying or what we're interested in buying, and I have spent some money on this holiday. And Amanda's like, look, yeah, if you want to be if you want someone to tell you not to buy it, don't come to me, because I'm going to tell you to buy it. Buy everything, do all the things to your holiday.
Yes, because you deserve it. Like, when was the last time that you went on a holiday like this? The
Exactly,
first time you're taking
exactly,
the kids away. It's a big
exactly.
destination that you're going to. There's so much that you've achieved and you're celebrating. And
Yeah,
it's not like you're going crazy. I'm not telling you to spend grands and grands and grands on clothes and things. Like, this is just,
keep
what do you
it
call it?
down.
Do you know what I mean? It's not, let me say it, Daryl, it's not grand. She ain't spending
Yeah,
grands on things, okay?
yeah. Dal, please watch this episode because there's the evidence.
But it's sometimes you got to do some things to care for yourself, and we're responsible so much of the time.
Yeah,
And right now, I think you deserve it. So yes, I was the hype woman. I said, go make sure you live your best life in your holiday, please.
yeah. And by the way, Amanda's also living her best life, Raf. But
He knows. He saw the package.
oh, there we go. But yeah, like obstacles, like we may have, like I think we said, we have obstacles that come up sometimes, curveballs, but no matter what they are, we still need to be able to get back on track, get our head right. If it takes putting the changing certain things to make ourselves feel comfortable. I had this conversation with my husband yesterday, Daryl, yesterday, about the fact that we're going to have to change a few things in our lives. A couple of priorities need to be shifted. Do that. I think you alluded to, if you don't mind me saying, obviously, well, you've said it before, like you're in therapy at the minute. And that's necessary too. I think everybody needs to go to therapy. Just put that out there. I will be, when I can afford to do that. But I think everybody needs to go because it helps seeing things objectively from someone else's perspective, and from a professional's perspective as well. They can help work through your thoughts in a way that makes sense and helps you, in a sort of cognitive behavioral kind of manner, CBT manner. But that's necessary. Therapy is necessary because it helps you see things differently, and it can empower you. Like you said, I think even the point you were making about you don't know the exact details of your dreams, but you know how you want to feel. Like that is something a therapist will encourage you in that way, because you don't want to set yourself up for disappointment or like expectations that are not met. But yeah, this is a juicy episode. I think we perhaps have to have a part 2 to this, guys.
We have to, because there's so much more that I want to
There's
say, and I
so
think
much
it'd be
more.
wonderful. Like right now, we're in this beginning stage of the podcast, so it's just the two of us talking. But we do want to get like guests
Other
on,
people on,
hear other people's perspective, get someone for you guys that are following, even some of our online sisters to come on and share in some of these discussions.
Yeah.
And so we're going to circle back to this.
Yeah.
Most definitely, there will be a part 2.
We're gonna circle back.
Yeah. We're gonna do that. But it's been good. It's been good to hear what your dreams are, Cerise. And now we're accountable. We put it out there.
Yeah.
And let's see what we can do for these next 5 years as well. And it might be good as well. Tell me if you'd be interested. If we actually did a bit of a session on goal setting, because these are like our big dreams.
Oh, wow. Yes,
but then you've got to have like, sometimes you have those big dreams, but then how are you actually going to get there and achieve,
execute?
Right. How are you going to achieve it? We might not know the details, but I know what I need to do this month or this year to try and get to that point. And so I may not know what I need to do in year 4 to get there, but making those goal setting plans, that might be something that we could do. If it would be something that I think it would help ourselves and also help our community as well.
Yeah. And you know what, we're here for it. Like we haven't even discussed this, but we're here, like, if you want us to come to your events and do talks and stuff like that. I might be stepping out on a limb here. But yeah, seriously, like we're here. If you want us to talk to you guys or give a little speech or a little talk and whatever you're doing, Sosis is here. It's here for you guys
Yeah.
as well, for your entertainment and for your empowerment. That's what we're here for. I think we didn't even get to the point where we were going to talk about how we're going to execute our goals, but that's going to be part two.
Yeah, that needs to be part two, because
It's
that's a
too
big
much
bit.
for one episode. Yeah, that's too much for one
Yeah.
episode. But yeah, I'm not here for the ordinary.
No.
I'm not here for the ordinary,
And it's
guys.
because we're not, because what even is ordinary? That might be different for everybody's perspective.
Exactly.
Somebody might look at my life and think, oh wow, that is so extraordinary, or actually, you know, you should be
That's
doing a bit
standard.
more.
Yeah.
And so that's fine. But from what I'm basing what ordinary is on, I want to be able to excel further than that.
Yeah.
I want it for me, my family. I want it for all of that. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this episode. I hope it's inspired you. I hope you'll sit down and do a bit of dreaming. Think about, like, you know, make that vision for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, whatever it is. And then we'll be back to help you work through how to actually get there.
Yes, guys. So it's your sisters again. We're here and we will see you next time for our next episode. And in the meantime, interact with us on all the socials. You can find us on Instagram at so.sis.podcast, and you can find us on YouTube by just searching SoSis, and on all your sort of listening platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you can just search SoSis and you'll find us there. We're happy to interact with you guys. We're not sort of far removed. We're here to chat to you. So peace, love and hair grease. Till next time, guys.
Bye guys.
Bye.